All right, get ready because this deep dive is going to take us down a real rabbit hole, one full of randomness and, well, it might just blow your mind a little bit.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, you sent us some information on the infinite monkey theorem, and at first I have to admit I kind of thought, okay, that's cute. Monkeys writing Shakespeare. What's next?
Uh-huh. I can see that.
But then, the more I looked into it, the more I started to realize that there's this whole other layer here, this hidden layer almost of math and philosophy that we just don't see at first glance.
Well, that's what's so fascinating about the infinite monkey theorem, right? It's not just some thought experiment, some joke to make us chuckle. It's it's actually a gateway into some really profound questions. Questions about probability, questions about infinity, even questions about the very nature of randomness itself.
Yeah, for sure. And it seems like the best place to start is with, well, the Wikipedia article on the infinite monkey theorem, which, I mean, that's what we're working with here.
Sounds good to me.
So our mission, if we choose to accept it, is to go beyond that surface level, to
Yeah.
really understand what this theorem is actually trying to tell us. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
At its core, the theorem states that a monkey hitting keys on a typewriter, but doing it randomly for an infinite amount of time.
We'll almost surely type out any given text.
Okay.
And yeah, that includes the complete works of Shakespeare.
Wait, hold on. Almost surely. You're not saying definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, isn't infinity, well, infinite?
It is, but that's a really good question, actually. And that question gets to the heart of how mathematicians think about probability, Because almost surely means that the probability of an event happening is 1, or, well, as close to certain as you can get mathematically.
Yeah.
But it doesn't completely rule out the tiniest, most infinitesimally small chance that it won't happen.
So what you're saying is there's a chance, however small, that our monkey could just bash the letter Q for like all of eternity. Theoretically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that chance is so incredibly small, it's practically meaningless in the grand scheme of things.
All right, I'm willing to accept almost surely for now. But how does this theorem actually work? I mean, it seems so counterintuitive. Like that a monkey just hitting keys at random could produce something as complex and structured as Shakespeare. How is that even possible?
The power lies in the sheer scale of infinity. Imagine flipping a coin, right? Each time you flip it, there's a 50-50 chance you'll get heads.
Right.
But if you flip that coin an infinite number of times, you'd be guaranteed to get heads an infinite number of times.
Right, right. It's like the more you do something, the more likely you are to see every possible outcome.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with infinity, those rare outcomes become almost certain.
Okay.
So think about it. With our monkey, the chance of typing any specific letter at any given moment is small.
Mm-hmm.
But over an infinite time scale, it's bound to happen. And not just once, countless times.
Okay.
Eventually, every single combination of letters, including those that form Hamlet or Macbeth, will emerge.
Wait a minute, though. It's not just about the letters appearing, right? I mean, typing to be or not to be is a lot different than those letters just showing up randomly in a sea of gibberish. The order has to be right, too.
Oh, you've hit on such a crucial point. And that's where the concept of substrings comes in.
Substrings.
Yeah, you see, the theorem isn't saying the monkey has to type the entire play perfectly from start to finish.
Oh, okay.
It's saying that within that infinite stream of letters they produce, that exact sequence, to be or not to be, will appear somewhere.
Okay.
It might be surrounded by complete nonsense, but as long as those letters are in the right order somewhere, the theorem holds true.
So it's kind of like finding a needle in an infinitely large haystack, right? As long as the needle's in there somewhere, it doesn't really matter if it's surrounded by hay.
A perfect analogy. And believe it or not, there's a mathematical proof that lays this all out pretty elegantly.
Now you've got my attention. Lay it on me.
Well, at a high level, it involves calculating the probability of the monkey not typing the target phrase. Let's say to be or not to be in any given block of text. As the number of these blocks approaches infinity, the probability of not finding the phrase shrinks down to 0.
So the longer our monkey keeps typing, the closer the probability of finding to be or not to be gets to 100%.
Exactly. It's all about approaching certainty as we move towards the vastness of infinity.
That's pretty wild when you think about it. So this theorem isn't just about monkeys and typewriters, is it? It's about the power of infinite possibility.
You're getting it. And that's where things start to get really interesting, because infinity is more of a mathematical concept than a reality we can actually experience.
Right, we can't have a monkey typing forever. So how does this idea, this infinite monkey theorem, play out in the real world?
That's the million-dollar question. And honestly, it's what makes this whole thing so fascinating.
Okay, so my brain is, it's starting to hurt a little, but in a good way. It's a good hurt.
I know what you mean.
So we've got this theorem that, it plays out really beautifully in the realm of infinite time, infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we live in a finite world, right? We don't have forever. And monkeys, I think they have other things to do besides type.
You're exactly right. We just can't replicate the conditions of the theorem, not in reality. I mean, even if we had, like, a monkey typing nonstop for trillions of years, longer than the universe has even existed, the odds of getting even a single page of Shakespeare are just astronomically small.
Wow. Okay, that really puts things into perspective. So I guess what are we doing then? Are we just playing with the cool mathematical idea here? Does the infinite monkey theorem have any implications for, the real world?
See, that's where things get really interesting. Because while we can't really recreate the theorem literally, it does offer some profound insights into certain fields, like evolutionary biology, for example, or even art.
Hold on, monkeys, evolution, and art. Now this is getting wild.
Think about it. Some people have used this theorem, the infinite monkey theorem, to argue against evolution.
Really?
Yeah, they claim that the complexity of life, it just couldn't have arisen from random mutations.
Yeah.
Just like a monkey couldn't randomly type out Shakespeare.
So they're saying basically that the low probability of that monkey scenario happening makes evolution equally unlikely.
Precisely. But a lot of these arguments overlook a really crucial factor, and that's natural selection.
Ah, survival of the fittest. So it's not just about pure randomness in evolution. There's more to it.
Exactly. Evolution isn't just, this blind process of random changes. It's about those changes being filtered. And that filter is natural selection. The changes that actually enhance an organism's ability to survive and reproduce are more likely to be passed on.
So it's almost like our monkey is getting feedback on which letters are good, so they're gradually getting closer and closer to that target text.
Yeah.
Except the feedback is coming from the environment, not from, like, a person.
That's a brilliant way to put it. Richard Dawkins, the famous evolutionary biologist, he actually illustrated this point with a computer program he called the Weasel program.
Wait, a Weasel program? What does that have to do with monkeys and Shakespeare?
Okay, so the Weasel program starts with just, a random string of letters. And then it simulates natural selection by breeding copies of that string, but it favors those that are closer to a target phrase. And in Dawkins' example, the target was a line from Hamlet.
So the program isn't just randomly trying different letter combinations, it's being guided towards that goal.
Right.
It's like evolution, but like in fast forward.
Exactly. And the amazing thing is, the program, it actually reaches the target phrase much faster than you'd expect, if it were just relying on pure chance.
Now I see how this connects back to the infinite monkey theorem. It's not really about monkeys actually typing out Shakespeare in reality. It's about the power of, cumulative selection, even when there's randomness involved.
You've hit the nail on the head. The theorem really just highlights how, even when you have these random events, when they're subject to these selection pressures, they can produce order and complexity over time.
Wow, that's a huge insight. I mean, this applies to so much more than just evolution, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, think about the development of languages, the evolution of ideas, even the creation of art. All of these things, they involve elements of randomness, right?
Yeah.
But they're also being shaped by these selection forces.
Art. So now you're saying monkeys could, create art?
Well, that's actually a question that has sparked some pretty intense debates in the art world,
Yeah.
and in literary theory, too.
I can imagine.
Because some people argue that, okay, if a monkey typed out Hamlet, it wouldn't be art because there's no conscious intention behind it.
But wouldn't the text itself still be meaningful, regardless of who or what created it?
That's the other side of the argument. Exactly. Some believe that, meaning, it kind of resides in the work itself, not in the creator's intentions. So this whole debate really goes deep into philosophical questions about authorship, about meaning, even about what qualifies as art.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. We've gone from monkeys on typewriters to, the origins of life to the very definition of art. I mean, this is why I love these deep dives.
It's amazing how these seemingly simple ideas can lead us down such fascinating paths, isn't it?
It really is.
And it all circles back to this core question. What is the relationship between randomness and order in the universe?
All right, so I gotta know, has anyone actually tried this monkey experiment in the real world? For real?
You might be surprised to learn that a few brave souls have tried, though not with infinite monkeys and infinite time, of course.
Right.
But the Wikipedia article mentions this experiment from 2003 where researchers actually placed a computer in an enclosure with 6 macaque monkeys.
Did they manage to get, like, a Shakespearean sonnet out of them?
Not quite. It turned out monkeys have, well, they have preferences. And they aren't really perfectly random text generators.
Oh, okay.
They mostly hammered on the S key and, well, let's just say there were some hygiene issues with the keyboard.
Haha, typical monkeys. But I mean, doesn't that kind of debunk the whole infinite monkey theorem? Like, if monkeys don't actually type randomly, then...
It's not really a debunking. It was more like it highlights the difference between a purely mathematical concept and the messy reality of the world. You know, it's like it's like assuming that a coin toss is perfectly random when in reality factors like how you flip it, the surface it lands on.
Yeah.
These things can subtly influence the outcome.
That's a great analogy. So basically, the real world always has some degree of order, even in events that we think are random.
Precisely. And even though those monkeys, they didn't end up rewriting Hamlet, these real-world experiments still offer some valuable lessons. They remind us that that pure randomness, it's a theoretical ideal.
Yeah.
And they spark some really important discussions about, the relationship between mathematical models and the complexities of the actual world.
This has been an incredible journey. I mean, we've covered so much ground today, and I feel like I've actually gained a whole new perspective on things, on the interplay of randomness and intention, in everything from evolution to art.
It's definitely a fascinating area to explore. And it kind of makes you wonder, what other seemingly absurd thought experiments might actually hold the key to unlocking some really profound truths about the universe?
That's a question I'm going to be pondering for a while. But before we wrap up, I have to ask, if a monkey did type out Hamlet, would we really consider it art? I mean, there's no intention there, is there? No creative spark driving that whole process, right?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that philosophers and art critics, they've been wrestling with for ages, really.
It really feels like we're wading into some deep philosophical waters here.
We are, because on the one hand, you have those who really believe that art requires intention. They would probably say that, okay, a monkey randomly hitting keys, that's not creating art any more than a toddler splashing paint on a canvas is. It's just it's random.
But then there's that other side, right? The side that says that meaning exists in the work itself, and it doesn't matter who or what created it.
Exactly. Yeah. Because for them, if that text of Hamlet just magically appeared, it wouldn't matter if it was, written by Shakespeare or a computer program or even a particularly persistent primate, right? Like the beauty and the power of the words, they would still be there.
So where do you land on this? Are you team intention or team text?
Honestly, it's such a complex question, and I can see the validity of both sides, really. But I think what the infinite monkey theorem really highlights is how much we as humans, we value intention. We value authorship. It's ingrained in how we understand and appreciate art.
I can see that. I mean, we love the stories behind the creation, right? The artist's struggles, their inspirations. It adds another layer of meaning to the work itself.
Right, exactly. But then this monkey scenario, it kind of forces us to consider this. What if we strip all of that away,
Right.
What if the creator is just completely irrelevant? Does the work still have value?
That's such a fascinating thought experiment. And it makes you wonder about the nature of creativity itself, Is it purely a human quality, or is there some form of creation that exists beyond our conscious control? I don't know.
Those are the big questions, aren't they? And I think the infinite monkey theorem, as absurd as it sounds on the surface, it really opens up these questions in a way that few other thought experiments can.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess, what does this all mean for us, for the non-monkeys out there, just trying to navigate this complex world, right?
I think it reminds us that even in the face of randomness and these seemingly impossible odds, there's still a kind of magic at play. It makes you appreciate the incredible improbability of life, of consciousness, even of our very existence. And maybe, just maybe, it encourages us to embrace the unexpected, to find wonder in the most unlikely of places.
This whole deep dive, it's really been a journey, and it's left me with a lot to think about.
It's been a pleasure exploring all these ideas with you.
And to you listening out there, we hope this deep dive has, we hope it sparked some of your own thoughts and questions. After all, that's what the deep dive is all about.